If you are choosing between cashback and travel points in 2026, the real question is not, which card has the biggest welcome bonus? It is, which card would I actually use correctly for the next 2 years? Because a card can look amazing on paper and still be wrong for your life. So in this video, I am ranking mainstream US rewards cards across 2 lanes. Cashback cards, where the value is simple and easy to redeem, and travel cards, where the upside can be higher, but the rules are more complicated. This is not a sponsored ranking. It is not financial advice. It is not an affiliate recommendation. Offers, fees, APRs, credits, bonuses, transfer partners, and eligibility rules can change. The details in this episode were checked against issuer pages on June 30th, 2026. But you should always verify current terms directly with the issuer before applying. Also, none of this works if you carry a balance. If you might pay credit card interest, ignore the rankings for now. Focus on paying in full, lowering interest, and building stable habits. Rewards are useful only when you pay the full statement balance every month and do not spend more to chase points. Here's the scoring system. I am ranking these cards on 5 things: simplicity, reward strength, annual fee risk, redemption flexibility, and how well the card fits a beginner or early stage reward setup. Welcome bonuses matter, but they are not the main ranking factor because they change constantly and they can push people into bad decisions. With that out of the way, here is the list. Number 8, American Express Gold. This is the most powerful card on the list for the right person, and one of the easiest cards to overrate for the wrong person. According to American Express, the Gold card earns 4 membership rewards points per dollar at restaurants worldwide, on up to $50,000 in purchases per calendar year, then 1 point per dollar. It also earns 4 points per dollar at U.S. supermarkets, on up to $25,000 per calendar year, then 1 point per dollar. That is strong if your life is built around restaurants and groceries, but the annual fee is $325. So this card belongs at number 8, not because it is weak, but because the fee and credits require attention. If you naturally use the dining, Uber, Reezy, and other credits, the math can work. If you have to change your habits just to justify the fee, this card can become homework. Best for high-spend food households that also understand membership rewards. Not best for beginners who want a simple first card. Number 7, American Express Blue Cash Preferred. This is a cash back card, but it behaves like a category specialist. American Express lists 6% cash back at U.S. supermarkets on up to $6,000 per year in purchases, then 1%. It also lists 6% on select U.S. streaming subscriptions, 3% on transit, 3% at U.S. gas stations, and 1% on other eligible purchases. The annual fee is $0 for the first year, then $95. This card is attractive if groceries are a major part of your budget. But the cap matters. The fee matters. And the fact that it is not a great catch-all card also matters. This is not the card I would use for every purchase. It is the card I would consider if groceries, streaming, transit, and gas are repeat categories in your actual life. Best for families or households with predictable supermarket spending. Not best for people who want one simple card for everything. Number 6, Citi Double Cash. This is one of the cleanest no-category cashback structures. Citi says the double cash earns 2% cash back, 1% when you buy, and 1% as you pay. It has no category enrollment, no caps on cashback, and no annual fee. That is exactly why it makes the list. There is no quarterly activation. There is no need to decide whether groceries count at this store or that store. There is no annual fee you have to beat. The main thing to understand is that Citi says cashback is earned in the form of thank you points. You can redeem those points for cash back, including statement credit, direct deposit, or check, but redemption values can vary for other options. So the double cash is simple, but it is not quite as emotionally obvious as a card that just says 2% cash rewards everywhere. Best for people who want a no annual fee, no category cash back card. Not best for people who want bonus categories or a beginner travel ecosystem. Number 5, Chase Freedom Unlimited. This is where the ranking gets interesting because the Freedom Unlimited is marketed as cashback, but it can also become part of a travel point setup later. Chase lists unlimited 1.5% cashback on all purchases, plus 3% on dining in drugstores, and 5% on travel purchase through Chase Travel. It has no annual fee. For a pure cashback setup, 1.5% on everyday purchases is not as strong as a flat 2% card. But the reason it ranks above Citi Double Cash for some beginners is the upgrade path. Chase explains that Freedom Cash back rewards are tracked as points, and those points can be redeemed for cash, gift cards, travel, and other options. If you later add a Sapphire card, the Chase ecosystem can become more travel-focused. That makes Freedom Unlimited a strong bridge card. It is not the highest flat-rate cash back card. It is the best I might want travel points later starter card on this list. Best for beginners who want cash back now and optional travel flexibility later. Not best for someone who only wants the highest simple flat cash back rate. Number 4, Capital One Venture Rewards. This is the travel card for people who do not want travel points to feel like a spreadsheet. Capital One lists unlimited 2 miles per dollar on every purchase, 5 miles per dollar on hotels, vacation rentals, and rental cars booked through Capital One Travel, a $95 annual fee, no foreign transaction fees, and the ability to transfer miles to more than 15 travel loyalty programs. That is a clean structure. 2 miles on everything is easy to understand. The annual fee is not tiny, but it is much lower than premium travel cards, and the card gives you multiple redemption paths: travel, cashback, gift cards, experiences, and transfers. The trade-off is that simple does not always mean maximum value. If you want to squeeze every possible cent out of transfer partners, other setups may be stronger. But if you want one travel card that keeps the earning side simple, Venture is very compelling. Best for people who travel at least occasionally and want easy earning. Not best for people who will not redeem for travel or who hate annual fees. Number 3, Capital One Savor. This is my favorite no annual fee category cashback card on the list. Capital One says Savor earns 3% cash back at grocery stores on dining, entertainment, and popular streaming services, plus 1% on all other purchases. It also earns 5% on hotels, vacation rentals, and rental cars booked through Capital One Travel. And the annual fee is $0. That combination is strong because it hits categories where many people actually spend money: food, groceries, entertainment, and streaming. The catch is that grocery stores exclude superstores like Walmart and Target, and Capital One notes that merchant category codes determine what qualifies, so you still need to know where you actually shop. But for a no-fee card, Savor is practical, modern, and easy to justify. Best for food, grocery, streaming, and entertainment spenders who want cash back. Not best for people whose grocery spend mostly happens at Target, Walmart, Costco, or other stores that may not code as grocery stores. Number 2, Chase Sapphire Preferred. This is my top starter travel points card. Chase lists a $95 annual fee. The card earns 5 points per dollar on Chase Travel, 3 points on dining, 3 points on gas stations, EV charging, and vacation homes at top brands, 3 points on top streaming services and online grocery with exclusions, 2 points on other travel, and 1 point on other purchases. Most importantly, Chase says Sapphire Preferred points can transfer to leading airline and hotel travel programs, including programs like Air Canada Aeroplan, British Airways Executive Club, Flying Blue Air France KLM, JetBlue TrueBlue, Southwest Rapid Rewards, United Mileage Plus, Virgin Atlantic Flying Club, IHG, Marriott Bonvoy, World of Hyatt, and Wyndham Rewards. That transfer ecosystem is the reason this card ranks so high. For someone who wants to learn real travel points, this is a serious starter card without jumping straight into a premium annual fee. The downside is that it requires learning. If you never transfer points, never book through travel portals, and never want to compare redemption options, you may be better off with cash back. Best for beginners who are ready to learn transferable travel points. Not best for people who want completely passive rewards. Number 1, Wells Fargo Active Cash. This is my top overall beginner pick because it does the thing most people actually need. It keeps rewards simple. Wells Fargo lists unlimited 2% cash rewards on purchases and a $0 annual fee. No rotating categories, no travel portal required, no annual fee math, no need to learn transfer partners before you get value. Is it the most exciting card on the list? No. And that is the point. For most beginners, a boring card that pays a clear flat rate and does not create complexity is better than a flashy travel card you never redeem well. The Active Cash is not perfect. Wells Fargo lists a foreign transaction fee, so it is not the card I would center for international travel. And if your spending is concentrated in dining or groceries, a category card may beat it. But if I had to recommend one mainstream rewards card structure for a beginner who wants cash back without overthinking it, this is the cleanest answer on the board. Best for simple everyday cash back. Not best for international travel, category maximizers, or people who are ready for transferable points. So here's the quick version. If you want the simplest beginner cashback card, I would start with Wells Fargo Active Cash. If your life is heavy on food, groceries, entertainment, and streaming, I would look hard at Capital One Savor. If you want a cashback card that can grow into a Chase travel setup, Chase Freedom Unlimited is the bridge. If you want a starter travel points card, Chase Sapphire Preferred is my first pick. If you want the easiest travel miles card to understand, Capital One Venture is the cleanest. If groceries dominate your spending and you can justify the fee, Blue Cash Preferred deserves a look. If restaurants and groceries are huge for you and you will actually use the credits, Amex Gold can be powerful. And if you want a no-category cashback card with no annual fee, Citi Double Cash is still a solid baseline. But remember, the best card is not the card with the loudest offer. It is the card that matches your real spending, your patience for rules, your ability to pay in full, and your willingness to redeem rewards correctly. If you carry a balance, none of these rankings matter. If you spend more to chase rewards, the rewards are not helping. And if you do not verify current terms before applying, you are making the decision with stale information. So use this ranking as a short list, not as permission to apply blindly. Check the issuer page, check the annual fee, check the APR, check the bonus rules, check the redemption rules, and choose the card that makes your financial life simpler, not noisier. If you want a simple way to keep track of the cards you already have, annual fees, and statement credits, I built an app called CardsNest. You can scan the QR code on screen to check it out. Always verify card details with the issuer before applying. And if you want the next step, watch the first card framework next, because the right card matters a lot more once you know whether cashback or travel points actually fits your life.